this is the secret to a great short game. Remember that old advert saying it was all in the wrist action? Well, it's exactly what it is for your short game. You've got to be able to do this with your right hand, the way it naturally hinges and unhinges in total freedom. Now, if you imagine that you're out swishing leaves with a stick, now you see exactly what your right wrist is doing. Now, you see how relaxed it is? You can go at any speed, slow, fast, and that is what you need to be able to play a short game correctly. To use your variety of shots that we're going to show you, you've got to be able to do this. Now, a little simple exercise I feel you can do is all I want you to do is loft this ball over that one in 3 different ways by the wrist action. Now, you can do this anywhere, on the golf course, around the chipping green, at home in the back garden, and if you get permission from her indoors, you can do it on the carpet. Now, all I want you to do is get the feeling of this right hand just hinging back and then releasing through. So I'll start from a normal position where I want the hand to just go backwards and forwards on a level plane. That's what I think is going to be your normal stroke. So there. So watch how it just hinges back and through. Remember what I said, all I want you to do is just loft it over that. So it's the right wrist back and through. Body movement is 0. We're just working purely, all our concentration is here. A nice relaxed right wrist to get that sort of action. Now, second little test is I want you to feel as if you're lofting the club face. As the club face comes through, I want you to feel as if this right hand is increasing the loft, so now the club face is pointing towards the sky even more. So get the feeling of that, the right wrist releasing under. And you can just pop it up a little higher then. Get the feeling of a little crisp shot with that right wrist. There we go. And then the third one is to be able to make the wrist roll and shut the club face. Get the feeling of de-lofting the club there. And for that, move the ball back a little bit, get it coming a little bit more inside, and then roll that wrist forward to hit it low along the ground, just over the top of that ball. So just take it inside and roll it over. And that's going to be so useful when you need to play those little chip and run shots you want them to run up the green. But the main objective of this exercise is teaching you how to loosen up with this right wrist and get it to operate. You must have that in your short game. Every great player has got it. You've got to have the freedom and the play in this right wrist. If you can spend 5 minutes a day working on that, you're going to master the short game. Right now, this is a perfect situation to use our newfound wrist action for these kind of shots, where I'm only 30 feet from the hole, but I've got quite a difficult selection of lies here, so I've got to get this right wrist working well through the shot to pick the ball out of the grass and loft it onto the green. So the first lie, I'll try my normal one, where I just want the right hand moving backwards and forwards, feel as if it's on a level plane, lovely and relaxed, to get this feel to it. You can even have a couple of practice swishes like this, and there we go. So keep it relaxed, body's not doing anything. Bop it through, there we go, that's better. And then as the ball goes down a little bit deeper, maybe I'll try the one where I get the feeling of the right hand is increasing the loft onto the club face. See how it turns through, the face is now pointing skyward. So have a practice swing, get the feel of that going under, and see if we can do that. Yeah, that's pretty good. And then the third one, when we get a tuft of grass behind the ball, you know, we can't loft it out like that, so we've got to accept we're going to try and play that running shot. So remember that one, how we move the ball back a little, inside, and get the feeling of this, the face is now rolling over a little and just shutting the face, de-lofting the club now, and that will send the ball running forward. So have a quick practice swing, keep that tempo to the swing. Tough lie, but at least I got it moving out from that situation. So there's the position where we can use that wrist action. Remember, start on what we worked on earlier on, practicing those little 2-yard shots, get the feel going, and it's going to help you tremendously out here on the course. Now once you've become a little bit more accomplished with your wedge play, you may want to try and get a little bit more adventurous as well. And there are certain situations on the golf course when you want to be in control of the ball when it hits the green. You either want to make it stop very quickly or even make it run that little bit more. So I want to make this one stop just that little bit more, David. What do you think I should do?
Well, I think, Nick, the first thing to realize is that you need to obviously have the face more open. So why don't you set up to the ball there, and maybe hands a little further ahead. Now the big thing is that you're going to feel that your body's a little bit more aggressive here, a little bit more knee action here, and really the key is to try to hold the club off where you don't release this angle.
So I want to keep this there.
That's it.
Yeah?
The angle at the back of your right wrist through here is really needs to be held through the shot.
Okay, hold that.
That's it.
There. And keep the club face sort of open even though it's right the way through in this position.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's see if I can thump one in there. Oh, that certainly stopped.
You've got some juice on that one. This is particularly effective from bad lies or specifically tight lies.
Yeah, okay, let's put one in the divot where it just came. I think this is when you really want to get that slightly more outside angle, isn't it? And squeeze the ball out of that tight line.
Right, it's the feeling that you're actually pulling the club more across you as you swing through.
So pull him a little more left and hold it off.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Yeah.
Very good. Now let's have a look at one that's going to roll a little bit more, release a bit more when it hits the green.
So I guess we start off by moving it back a little bit.
Yeah, move it back in the stance a little bit. That's right. Now this time we're going to get the club moving a little bit more around our body here so we can go ahead and actually release the right hand more so the toe, in fact, turns over there. There we go.
Get that feeling, yeah? Just roll it.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
Fairly shallow angle back to the ball.
Okay. It even gives it a little bit of draw as well, doesn't it?
That's right, and that ball will really run on.
Yeah, that will run a few extra yards.
That's a great equalizer. Having control over that club really allows you to be very aggressive, and even if you miss a green, you're not too worried, are you?
Let's hit one more running one, see if I can really get a bit of run on this.
Okay, inside a little.
There we go. Quite like the draw.
Very good.
Well, there we go. 2 little shots to add to your game, and I'm sure you're going to find them very useful.